Darden Restaurants, and how are they doing? Well, the sales are up; they're up 6%. But it was really interesting, Mark, when we were looking through this thing, and you're looking at the earnings themselves, and the fine dining that wasn't so good. But when you look at some of the others, like for instance, the Olive Garden, that was a crusher. They did absolutely fantastic there. But when they look at Capital Grill, not so much. Some of the other steak joints, not so much. There was one, however, that really did stand out, and it's because it's a little bit less expensive. Longhorn Steak. That was up with sales up 7.5%. So Darden, because of that and because of the mix of what they've got out there, that's doing pretty well today, Mark. It's up about 15%. The shorts are getting squeezed. There's about a 6 to 7% short interest in this name. Great cash when you look at the balance sheet itself, and hit 52-week highs today. I'd say Darden is a home run, but it might be a read-through as well in terms of the upper end of things, in terms of trying to figure out where are people spending, where are they not.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly an interesting story, and the stock is up strong for a stock that's performed pretty well. I mean, the 6 month, it's up almost 20%. Year to date, the stock's up 13%. So to have a pop like this today on the back of that kind of strength is impressive. This is not a sector that gets the kind of exuberance and the kind of PE multiples that the last sector that we just discussed, AI and chips tend to enjoy. But Pete, I totally agree. I'm looking at this for those reading of the tea leaves of what's going on with consumer behavior. And it's a little bit not what I would have expected, right? I would have expected to see more spending from the wealthier consumer going to the higher end, the Ruth Chris's of that end of Darden's portfolio, because they've got a pretty broad spectrum of fast casual, and even high-end restaurants like Ruth Chris. But the growth seeming to come from the lower end Olive Gardens of the portfolio, really interesting, and says a lot about that continued strength of the consumer and how this economy is performing even in the lower income band. And to top it off, of course, Pete, we had unusual in this one. Kudos to everybody that's in our UOA services. This came out just yesterday. Bullish activity. They came in buying 3,000 of the December 170s. Nice trade. We see how that performed from what's up there on the screen, but love it when the UOA supports and actually sometimes gives you a little indication of what might be happening in the next day.
Indeed it does, especially when the stock goes from 170 to 180.